Nobody should be adding lest you get drunk. Now, this is fascinating. I'll tell you why. This is different than, first of all, the way I would read it. This is the Talmudic text is also different than the way Rashi read it. What is this? What Rashi is saying, let's just go back to the 10 statutory cups of wine that should be consumed by a mourner at the mourner's house. Okay, fine. Rambam here, it's not that you have 10 and then who knows what happens after 10. What is this that the rabbis are doing when they put it back? Now, according to Rashi, it's just that they went back to 10 because, yeah, if you want to drink more, fine. If you are uncomfortable drinking more than 10 glasses of wine at a mourner's house, great. Guess what? You don't have to do that. You want to do, whatever. You do the 10, you can check the box, mazel tov. You want to have more? Mazel tov. However, Rambam, this is a hard stop. This is a ceiling. He says, you know what? The 10, you do 10, you don't do more. And Rambam finds it problematic to get drunk here, right? Rambam doesn't understand that getting drunk is a problem the way that maybe Rashi or I understand the Gemara to be saying. You cannot institute everybody getting drunk. You cannot legislate people to get drunk when they're in mourning. That is a problem. Hey there, I hope you enjoyed that clip from the 150th episode of the Jewish Drinking Show, and we talked about mourning. And this clip is all about Maimonides and Mourning. And insofar as that text was really fascinating and seeing the different opinions amongst the medieval rabbis, I omitted this text, which, especially when we consider Maimonides and Mourning, is really important for us to consider. Although most of this text that's in front of us really concerns what is known as aninut, someone who's an onain. This is before they've gotten their loved one buried. However, the end is something that directly concerns actual mourning, which is the following. Once the dead is buried, this person is permitted to eat meat and drink a small amount of wine to help digest the food that this person has eaten, but not in an unrestrained manner. So the Hebrew is lishtot yain ma'at kedei lishrot achila shelo me'av. So this is really just, so they go from this onain period or this aninut period, and now they're going into their 7 days of shiva, right? So their actual mourning, they are now allowed to eat meat and drink. Although what's fascinating is for the meat, they're allowed to eat meat, but for the drinking, it's only here in order to help digest the food they've eaten, but not in an unrestrained manner. Now, this is actually pretty typical of Maimonides. He is not a big fan of unbridled drinking. That's just really stylistically, that's really on brand from Maimonides. And this is a really fascinating, look, this is a novel creation. No one before him has really ever articulated this. And as a spoiler alert, this is something that Rabbi Cairo will later pick up on in writing the Shulchan Aruch. But I just wanted to point this out here, that this is a novel creation of Maimonides to restrain and hold back the drinking during mourning for a mourner, which also impacts what we just saw from the previous clip from the episode, where he really seeks, as opposed to Rashi and as opposed to other medieval commentators, he's really trying to hold back on the drinking that takes place during mourning. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this clip on Maimonides and Mourning. Feel free to check out the rest of the episode. Thank you so much, and l'chaim.